guys, what's up? Today, if you're in New York City, come to Neat Burger at 25 Cleveland Place. We are having a vegan burger eating contest / comedy show. It's going to be going on from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. I'm going to be there. A ton of people are going to be there. It's going to be fun. Maybe you'll meet your husband or wife, or maybe you'll just meet some new friends. I don't know. Something like that. It's going to be friggin' lit. Get to this event. Check the link wherever you're listening to this. And also, Thursday, we have the Ted Jones Comedy Show. Link is in this description. Without further ado, ¿qué tal, Glorelys? Last week, I texted Glorelys and I was like,
oh, this is already on?
Yeah, I'm doing the last week, I was like, I'll see you at 4. She's like, wait, I thought we were scheduled for the 30th. It's just today. The tap water, of course. New York City tap.
Last time I got Essential. What happened to the budget?
Oh, shit, you did? They went into these covers for the phone. And, you know, the merch and the new sign.
This is New York City.
Yeah, it's New York City tap. So, you know, Catskill tap. We get it all the way from Niagara Falls. I don't know if those two connect. Niagara Falls and Catskills. But
no, honestly, when was the last time I was here?
I looked. It was like around a year ago. A little bit over a year ago.
We have the same shirt on.
Do you want to use the headphones? You don't have to.
Oh, I do. I want to be cool. If we're going to be on the internet.
Yeah, of course, girl.
I feel like I'm just part of your brand.
Yes. You know what? I was actually thinking that before you came over. You were in the 3rd annual Ted Jones World Vegan Hot Dog Eating Contest. Is that this shirt?
This might have been the 2nd or the...
No, wait.
I don't know. No, sorry.
Yeah, you have the 3rd on. And then you
3rd.
also have the 4th, which is the design is kind of the same.
But I'm going to tell you something. This is I buy a lot of comics merch because I'm supportive. This is some of the best quality merch.
Yeah?
Yeah. I run all my errands in this shirt.
Love it.
Yeah, and they're like,
it's like light, dynamic, it's comfortable.
No, you really did a good job. Do you put these on the internet?
Love that. As of right now, we just throw them out at the Ted Jones Comedy Show, but stay tuned.
These need to be on the website. Somebody, you know,
we'll start selling them.
You know when people come up to you in the street and you don't realize what shirt you're wearing?
Yeah.
So somebody was like the other day, like, did you participate? I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then I forgot that in the back.
It says vegan hot dogs on the back.
I'm like, what the fuck is he talking to me? Like, what the fuck, participate? And then I realized, I have this hot dog shit on the back of my arm.
So before you came over here, I was like, hola, Glorelys. Like I was getting into the episode.
Did you get that on?
Yeah. Is that appropriate to say like, hola? It's like,
I mean, white
it's like kind of racist, right? Because you're Dominican.
No, it's not racist. I think that white people, like, they always try to like fit in. It's just kind of like, just be yourself.
Yeah. Well, hello. Good to see you.
Hi.
And also today we have the first annual Ted Jones World Neat Burger Eating Competition.
Oh, you did invite me to that.
Cleveland
I'm like,
Street.
Ted, I just can't eat. Like,
I know, because I remember the 4th annual, you were like, I think next year I'm just going to be a part.
No, I'm going to just go support.
Yeah, just a supporter.
Because people think that I like fuck with like hot dogs a lot.
Well, vegan hot dogs you do.
I'm not even vegan. I might have to start being because I've gained all this weight and I have a fibroid.
Well, you look great.
Thank you, Ted.
You do look great.
Thank you.
It's great to see you. So what's been going on? You're going to LA tomorrow?
I'm leaving.
Comedy stuff?
I'm moving to Los Angeles. Yeah, that's why I'm stressed out. I was just at the post office. That's why I was a little late because I was making sure that they didn't send my mail to my old apartment. It's just a lot's been going on. But
you went to the post office to change your address?
Yeah, like I went
You can't do that online?
No, I did that online, but I had them hold my mail because I just, I'm overprotective. So I'm like, hold my mail, so I'll go pick it up, but also forward it.
Wait, you're moving to LA?
But I'm going to be back. I keep telling people that I'm going to be back.
Yeah, but moving, that means like once every 3 months you'll be back.
Yeah, but I've been back and forth all year, but people don't know that. I've been back and forth every single month this year. I'm exhausted.
Do you rent an apartment? You're already ready to go?
I'm subletting. So my friend is actually moving to New York for 2 months.
Okay.
So I'm subletting her place. Because, LA is one of those cities you have to be there for a while to find like your groove. So I'm starting in different places before I get in my apartment. And a lot of my friends are subletting, so they're kind of like coming over here because the strike and everything. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of like swapping places. But I'm working on a podcast out there, so that's part of the reason why I'm moving, because they want me to go. So I've been shooting it all year. So we shoot in LA in a beautiful studio. It's a Latina podcast, but it's open to all. You should listen to it. A lot of the guys have been listening to it.
But you speak in English?
No, it's in English, but it's really like just taking. I just think that when people think about Latinas, they always think about like Salma Hayek or like Sofia Vergara, which obviously beautiful women, but like there are other experiences that are out there. So I think my role in the podcast is also broadening those experiences.
How do you mean? Like bring more attention to Latinas? I just think
that like sometimes a lot of the white passing Latinas get the attention. They don't have a lot of, there's a lot of multicultural. See, now I'm like, well, there are other Latinas. There are black Latinas. They're like, we come in all shades and all experiences. And a lot of the time, what I notice in LA is that if you're not in the city, you're not gonna get representation, right? I think white people don't have to worry about that. Y'all are everywhere. I saw The Gilded Age is coming out on HBO. That looks good.
What's that? Like Lord of the Rings?
It's
I don't
like,
watch those violent white people shows.
No, it's not. I mean, it's like drama. It's about The Gilded Age in whatever. It's like those drama shows.
Oh, it's about
power.
like families growing up rich and then
it's like Succession, but
poor
like
and the rich.
80 years, like maybe like a decade or like 100 centuries, whatever, the math. But a lot of like the East Coast experiences are not represented in like the media. So like where are you from? You were born and raised in New York?
Yeah.
Really?
So I was born in the New Brunswick hospital, and then 6 weeks later, both my parents got jobs in Manhattan. So I moved to...
Oh, so you're a New Yorker.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
For the most part, like I will remember where somebody's from unless it's just like super outlandish. Like if you're from New Jersey, I'll remember you're from New Jersey. But if you're from like a small town in Ohio, I would only maybe remember if we like harped on the small town vibe. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't be knowing, but I just be like white and New York and whatever. But they don't have a lot of like East Coast representation in LA. It's just such a different world. So I'm there to disrupt it.
Okay.
I'm there to just ruin the vibe.
Would you say that Jennifer Lopez is represented well from like New York and LA? Is that kind of the only one?
I think that Jennifer Lopez...
She's born in the Bronx, right?
She was born...
Jenny from the block.
I don't know if she was born in the Bronx, but she's definitely from the Bronx.
Yeah.
I think that it's different. Like the time that she came up to the time that we exist now are so different. Like I think... But, you know, you can't take away the accolades that she put on. She put Puerto Ricans on the map, right? But I just don't know if there's like the new wave of Latinidad from the East Coast as represented. Because she's established, she's kind of... I wouldn't say disconnected. I don't know her like that, but she probably... is a little disconnected. She probably, you know, she's not going back to the Bronx.
Well,
right
she
now.
actually went to her house that she grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, like who lives up there? And the guy was like, why are you asking me so many questions? She's like, I used to live here. He's like, what's your name? She's like, Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not know? Which at the same time, if you lived in J-Lo's house, like you should know.
I know, but it's also like nobody's thinking about that.
That's also true.
But yeah, I just want to go out there and represent.
Hell yeah, represent.
The Dominicans. It's time for the Dominicans to get their shine.
So how long are you going to be out there for sure?
Right now, I'm going there for 2
sublet?
months.
Yeah.
I want to come back for the holidays. I'm not ready to do the holidays out there yet.
Wait, but are you going to do 33 years of glory in the city?
Yes, everybody's so concerned. They're like, will the party still? Yes, I have I'm a franchise now. You know, Ted. Like, So what I did was I'm doing a partnership with a theater uptown. So every 3 months I have to come back to do the show there.
Great.
And then on my birthday I'll be here for that. And then I also have to come back and hang out with my nieces.
We were talking about the last time you were on here, potentially releasing 30 minutes in English, 30 minutes in Spanish, right? We discussed that.
Yeah, so that was a year ago. You know, you have dreams and, and they all change.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm not ready for a special yet, Ted, but it's coming. I think the next 2 to 3 years I'm gonna be working on that, like what that looks like.
Huh.
Yeah.
So what is your thought process in going to LA though? Like you obviously have stuff that you're doing out there, but are you concerned or have you spent that much time in LA? 2 months?
I've been there all year. I've been going back and forth like every few times a year because my best friend lives out there. I'm concerned because, you know, I think really good things are going to come out of it. And I think I'm kind of scared to receive that. Is that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just, I'm not ready.
That is weird.
Oh my God, that was
maybe like you're scared of like things to come, but if you know that it's all positive, and first of all, your life is positive.
Yeah, I just think that managing...
That water's out you, by the way.
You said the what?
Oh, yeah, that water's you, but I told you that.
No, no. I thought you were going to say something else, like that water's used. I was really pissed off.
Yeah, maybe theoretically.
Yeah, no.
New York City's tap has been used by everyone in the rain, and then the dinosaurs.
It did rain today.
Anyway.
Yeah. But I think people can be afraid of success sometimes. You don't think so? Like what comes with that responsibility.
No, I agree when you think about it deeper, sure.
Yeah. I'm an introspective person. I'm a deep person.
Yeah.
I always forget you're a Scorpio. I don't like Scorpios.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I don't even want to get
dating wise?
Yes.
I think friend wise is different. Because I used to date a Gemini girl, but like my best friend is a Gemini guy.
What's wrong with the Gemini girl?
She was just fucking mean. She was just like, I was so attached to her, and she would just like not give me attention or give me a little attention, and then I'd be like, oh, but that happened, so she must really like me, whatever. We were dating for a year, and then for like a whole year, it was like on and off, weird. So she went abroad.
Now do you have like this inner resentment for her, and you want to get revenge?
I don't want to get revenge, but I have inner resentment for
Yeah.
show. I'm like over the revenge. I'm like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Sleep with a friend? Like
That reminds me. So
Maybe.
I dated a Scorpio, and I have this theory that he just constantly wants to get revenge on me. He probably like it's just like a thing. Scorpios never let anything go. It's so annoying. Like grow up, grow up. Okay, I didn't like you for like a few weeks. I was
yeah.
I was.
Well,
in
maybe
college.
we forgive. We don't forget.
Oh, he's not
I think
gonna
that's
forget.
what it is.
Yeah, it's just not gonna work out.
Did he forgive though?
No, because he's still being mean. Like
Oh, he's not
now-
forgetting or forgiving.
yeah, now you're like he's not doing none of the growing up. I don't even give a fuck about him. I blocked him. I'm done.
Let's go.
But back to managing success, like things come with success, Ted.
Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you're working towards that success. So I think you just have to be aware of everything that you're working for in your gut is because you ultimately want
But
success.
do we what do you want? What do you want? From,
Success.
what do you want when the
Happiness.
Ted Jones World podcast
I would like
already
everyone, I
blown
would
up?
like everyone to be like, oh my, this guy is vegan. He's happy. His lifestyle seems to be one that I would want to shadow after because of his mood on a day-to-day basis.
You are I've never seen you like upset.
Yeah, I try and hide it. Or like I try and like, all right, what? Why am I upset?
Yeah.
It's fucking
I've
journey.
never seen you.
Yeah, but at the same time, when would you see me upset?
I don't know. Maybe you had like a bad day, but you come.
That's true, but like
Yeah.
if you see me at a show, like that's what we love doing.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm like, I wouldn't
there
be
be
upset.
comics that are there that they just be like the
Yeah,
bad
true. Or
mood.
like comics sometimes just try
Yeah.
to big time other people. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
what do you? Why?
I'm over it.
So you're going to LA?
Yeah, I'm going to Los Angeles. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be great. I'm really excited about this podcast. This podcast has changed my life.
Wow, that's great.
Financially, mentally, yeah.
You mess around with like rocks spiritually. I know you're
Yeah, I
gonna
love
say.
crystals.
Are there specific kind of crystals that you
There's
like?
there are different kinds of crystals. I don't know the name, but there's this one that like brings you prosperity that I have in my pocket all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To keep those rocks on
Yeah,
you.
I have a travel crystal. I'll be having the crystals.
Nice.
Yeah.
I keep like $20 on me as my emergency money, which I just found out
That's
I forgot I had.
That's a lot of
for
money.
years.
That's,
I know. Well, it's 20 just in case like anyone,
Yeah.
you know, like,
What can you
robs
do?
me.
What can you do with $20 in an emergency?
And also, I never carry my wallet
Yeah.
nowadays.
You
I
never
only-
carry?
I just have my iPhone. It's like a little bit maybe immature, but also
No,
I'm
it's
with the
not.
times.
But what do you put? I've been trying to figure out like what do you do with your ID? You need an ID.
Yeah, but like everywhere I'm going, it's like either a comedy show or I'm wearing my merch. So
Now you
people
one
better
thing
know.
about Ted Jones, he's gonna always have this shirt on.
Always.
Yeah, people think I'm your biggest fan. I always wear this shirt.
I love it. It's a good
Yeah,
shirt.
it's good. It hides all my chichos.
What's that?
Fat.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
No, it fits
we need
well.
to
It's nice.
Latinize you.
Latinaz. I'm down to like date. I was talking with Gilberto Soto yesterday.
Oh, I love Gilberto.
And we were talking
Damn,
about.
you going on your Hispanic Heritage Month tour. He's like, I got all the.
So anyway, I saw him yesterday, and he was like, "How do you feel about Latina women?" I was like, I would like my woman to potentially be Jewish, and
Oh, are you
Latina's a
Jewish?
good touch. I am.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I think that people that are Jewish always are really like, I'm not saying you're not proud, but like they're always like, hey, I'm Jewish. I just never heard you say that.
Well, I have like Jewish content, and people would know. I've talked about it many a times on the podcast. People would theoretically know me. Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm
Jewish.
sorry. Did I?
No,
See, now
not
you're like, no,
offending.
you're not. You
No,
didn't
no,
even
no, 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 no. Okay.
But we never talked about. I had a Jewish
That's true.
scholarship to college. If I knew you were Jewish, I would have told you that.
You had a Jewish
I
scholarship?
did. Jewish Foundation for the Education of Women.
And you don't have to be Jewish.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there are Latino Jewish people. There's so
Yeah.
many Jewish. I mean, I don't know a lot about the culture. I'm just. I think we're all still learning about everybody's culture. Like now, maybe this might sound a little bit. I don't want to say ignorant, but like I didn't really know much about like the Greek culture, and that's been really popping up on my algorithm lately. Or
Why?
like the
Or
Italian.
you want to go to Mykonos or something?
No, it's just like yesterday. There's this girl. She put like she like did like a fusion of Greek and Latina food. It was really
Oh,
good,
okay.
and I was just
Yeah.
kind of like, I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
Like I love eating, but I'm just learning about other cultures. Like I just didn't. Yeah, but they know that I'm not Jewish, and they gave me 10 G's each year. to go
Yo,
to Syracuse.
you're
yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
And also
The
Syracuse, pretty
women.
Jewish school. My sister went there.
Yeah.
you guys knew that.
They had a whole center. They had like a whole I don't know, like a community center.
Hello.
Yeah, that's what I used to work at the catering stuff.
Oh, nice.
Like what? I'm like, what is halal? But I was in there. Yeah.
Halal. You know, you get so much information now from TikTok. It's crazy. It's like you don't even need to turn on the TV anymore.
I think it's dope. I think it's dope that, you know, we get to be in each other's worlds and learn about each other's cultures.
I agree.
Like yeah, that's how you learn about other Latinas.
Yeah.
So you were saying you ideally want to marry within your culture.
Yes.
But you're down to date a Latina woman.
Yeah.
What happened?
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, what triggered this process?
Well, he asked me if I would date a Latina woman. I said, yeah, like that. And he's like, that does not sound
Yeah, I was going to say that doesn't.
But when I do that, I'm like, I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's not like, it's not a lie. Yeah.
I can see you with a Latina.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Why, so you've been single this whole year since the last time we did the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Have I been? It's been a year. Yeah. Damn. Hell yeah. But I'm focusing on my shit.
Why,
you know?
why are Scorpios the problem?
Well, I think it's the way that I am maybe putting myself out there.
How are you putting yourself
to be the solution or the problem? Meaning I'm on a dating app, but I'll match with people and I won't make the first move. I'll let her make the first move.
Such a
that's what people say. But I don't want to waste anyone's time in doing that. So if somebody messages me and I'm into it, okay, let's see where this goes. But like the amount of times that I've reached out to people, it's been in my career, it's been a lot.
In your dating career?
And I used to promote clubs. So like you can imagine the amount of times I've messaged
promote clubs.
females.
What do you mean?
Like I used to get a table 5 nights a week at a specific club, and I would get paid money to bring
I didn't know
10
that.
girls. Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. But that was my job. I'd get money based on selling bottles. I literally had this conversation with Gilberto.
Oh, so you're having to
like double. I was like, you guys didn't hear the episode last week?
Yeah.
Listen again.
Yeah. He's like, I literally just
But it was just like a different time in my life, and I was reaching out to girls, and then I was trying to get guys to buy tables and stuff like that. So in my life I've spent a ton of time just reaching out to people, and also
funny.
In the beginning it was like the comedy shows too. I messaged every single person in my phone book.
You were doing both, promoting the club and the comedy show?
No. Oh my god, that would.
Yeah, but you had that skill set. You had like
yeah.
Did the people from the club come out?
Yeah. Well, you mean like to the club when it was time? Yeah.
I mean like the club audience, that they come to your comedy shows.
Yeah, a little bit, but that was also just kind of like a whole different lifetime ago for me. You know, it was just like people that wanted to go out and drink for free. 31.
Oh, okay.
And change. 31 and 3/4.
30.
Now.
I think men don't really grow up until like after 35.
Really?
You still got
Well, I would say that men, for the most part, start to hit their peak around like 35,
What do you mean
36.
peak? Like balding?
Their widow's peak. They're successful. They start to hit their stride.
Success.
They're making money.
Not in this economy.
Oh, well, I'm saying, okay, 35, 40.
Yeah.
When would you think
like
men peak?
I want to, first of all, what is this drawings on the wall? Talk to me about the drawing. What is this? Is
Nobody
that a
ever
goat?
talks about that. That's a goat.
And it says true?
Yeah.
I remember.
Be true to yourself.
Yeah, the first time I came to your house, you had like all these empowering quotes on your door.
We still got them.
Around. Oh, they're still here.
Documentary crew at the door.
Oh.
That was actually a quote that I heard from Joe Rogan a long time ago
What?
that they still repeat. Just imagine if a documentary crew is watching your every move, you'd want to perform better. So I'm like, all right, that's a good thought.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to start doing that. I'm performing like shit.
Well, just imagine documentary crews following you around on your trip to LA.
No, I'm
journey to LA.
I'm actually gonna say something. You inspired what my next move is gonna be. I'm gonna really focus on my YouTube channel and building it out.
I love that.
I love how committed you are to like, you know, TEDJONESWORLD and just going up to people, and I just love everything you're doing. So I'm going to, like, you're one of the inspirations behind. I'm like, I gotta put myself on the internet, but like in a better, more organized way. I'm figuring that out.
That.
But okay, so men, I think I want to date someone like in their 40s. I just can't date these boys no more.
Okay, because they would be more established.
They will at least know what they want to do with their life. You only have like half of your life left. So
but are you cool with potentially dating someone who has had kids before? Or you want them to be single, not married?
I prefer one divorce, no kids. One divorce,
no kids. Okay, so he is married, let's say from like 35 to 40. It didn't work. Now he's ready to start a new chapter.
He was married maybe early 20s.
Ay, what? That's a bad decision.
I know. I was about to say bad decision. Young. I want him to at least have an experience that love where you're growing with somebody, because I don't want to grow with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that girl where that love where you're developing with someone and you're like, oh, we're gonna be Beyonce and Jay-Z, and then you don't. I want
you want it ready to go.
Yeah, I want him to have already had that like one intense love experience because the love I'm looking for right now is more like, let's go on a trip and just kind of like,
let's have kids.
No, maybe. I don't know, Ted. I don't know. You're asking a lot of questions.
I'm asking the good questions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anymore. I just came out of that, like that super deep, like you're my all.
Was he the same age as you?
You were like around the same age range. So that's what I'm saying. Like I want someone that has already had experience, like with super intense love and like all types of love.
You're like I'm asking questions.
So that I can just have someone that's like, I know what I want now because I've already experienced what I don't want, or like I have experience.
But you want to settle down and have kids, or you don't know?
It depends who the guy is because I might not end up with my soulmate, Ted. So you know, some people are like,
what do you mean?
See, you're asking so.
No, but if you're gonna end up with your soulmate in life,
I don't know anymore. I just feel like my thoughts on love have changed. Like it's not that deep anymore. It's just not that deep. You find someone that you get along with, that you have a great companionship with, and you don't have to be like super. The thing is that I fall so deeply. Like I'm like, oh my God, this is my person. This is my everything. Like I want to be around you all day, every day. And now I just want someone to do life with.
What star sign is that, by the way?
Me?
No. That the one that you want to spend the whole day around. You want to invest yourself in.
The guy I was dating was a Gemini.
And you thought that was the correct one?
When I tell you I was in love with that man,
yeah,
like I loved him. But I've also been wrong before. I've loved other people.
Yeah. But
this guy, I loved him more than anybody in the world.
Was he ready to have kids?
I don't think he was ready as an adult. That's what I'm saying. Like I think we have an idea of what life is supposed to be like. And then life happens and you're not, like, I'm not ready. I'm just learning how to use airplane points. I just bought my first flight. I'm so behind on life because I've been so busy surviving it. And I think people, I was just complaining about this on my TikTok. I think people don't understand that your reality, I feel like I said this on the last time I was here. It's like everyone has so many different realities. We have so many internal battles. And sometimes people are not ready to meet you where you are. And I'm like, I'm just still, like, I'm breaking so many cycles, Ted. I'm breaking poverty, generational trauma. I'm just breaking them all, like me, myself. So I'm like, I'm still learning how to do stupid shit. Like, you know, like today I was like, okay, which of these apps gives you points for your Delta card?
But it sounds like you're trying to make everything fit at the right time, when there might not be a right time if you meet your soulmate. What do you mean? You're saying like, oh, like I'm doing all these things right now. I have been doing all these things. I'm not ready to do this because I'm learning this. When a person who's found their soulmate would argue and say, there's no real time. You meet them at the grocery store.
I hate these people with these stupid ass love stories.
Avocados.
No, they just, everybody who meets their person settled at that moment.
Oh, they settled? I don't know.
No, I just think that's what I'm saying. Like when you know, I don't know. I don't even know. I just am not a fan of love right now. I'm not jaded. I'm just not like looking for that shit. I am trying to I want to get myself to the best version of myself. Sure. So that when I meet somebody, I'm like, okay, this is a decision I made versus like I get wrapped up in his life and his world.
You're not going to come back from LA. I feel like you're going to live there the rest of your life. It's going to be fun.
How do you know that?
I just feel like
everybody knows.
You are.
Yeah,
People
I am.
saying that.
I'm so, this is why I haven't I'm a Gemini, Ted. As you can see from the whole thing, we were all over the place. I don't want to, everyone keeps asking me like, okay, LA, tell me about LA. And I'm like, I'm not ready to say it because if I say it, I'm going to commit. And once I commit, there's no going back. So that's why I'm like, I'm just taking it and I'm like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to come back. But I could see an alternative universe where I just stay out there. Like, because LA is bigger than a career for me. It's just like, I just feel good out there. Like as a person, I just feel good. But also I can be a little bit biased because all my friends are there right now. So it's fun. Like my best friend is there. My other close friend, like all of my social circle is in LA. In New York, I have friends. I have people that I do comedy with, but I'm not like going to brunch and like crying on your couch. I'm not doing that here. But in LA, I just be crying. It's nice.
In a good way.
Yeah, it's just fun to have. We're all working in New York. We're always working. I'm working a full-time job. I'm working comedy. I'm trying to figure out how to use social media. I'm trying to figure out how to plug this microphone. Every day I'm working. But in LA, I feel like I just have more time to just be a human being. I don't know how to explain that, but everybody has different experiences with different cities. Everyone that I talk to about
I think
LA,
especially Los Angeles.
yeah, a lot of people don't like LA, but what I'm telling, like, LA is very like network. It's a network city. Like, either you grew up there or you're in the right network. And I'm in the right network because these are my friends. We're all like working towards the same thing or something similar. So I don't know how to describe it. I just feel like I'm with the right people. So that's what makes LA great for me, because the people. And then I guess the rest of the city I could go see.
Well, you're also going at a time where I guess the weather's changing.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Weather literally changing. Like, it's going to be a little bit colder in New York and a little bit nicer in LA, right?
Isn't it always nice over there?
I don't know. You tell me. I guess.
Yeah. I've always had a good experience.
Hurricanes and shit. We'll see. I don't know.
The whole world, every state is in shambles.
Except for
look at
New York.
New York, we were born into shambles.
Yeah.
Like, none of the shit that we experience is normal. Like, seeing a rat every day, that shit is normal. It's not normal. That's not normal. Like, but it's so, like, I remember, like, when I got my first apartment, my big girl apartment in New York City, I was like, what the fuck am I paying rent for? Like, the ceiling is falling apart. I was invaded by rats. There's always, I also moved into like a bad managed property, whatever, but I don't know. It's just the shit that we experience here is not normal. The garbage on the sidewalk, that's just not normal. That's not normal, Ted.
I think we just see it as normal because that's what we're doing every day. I love it.
But LA is a little dirty too, so it could go. Every city has its places, whatever. So, anyways, I forgot the question. Oh, it's just, look, the weather's changing across the board. Climate change.
I know.
Or whatever.
It's fucked. And also, like you said, going back to before, you were saying, what do I want to accomplish? Maybe people more people being
what do you
vegan.
Want?
That'd be cool.
Why you want more people to be vegan?
Because I think it lifestyle wise.
Oh, so we could change
climate wise, animals wise. I think it's a time where things can really change in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, watching these documentaries. I don't know if you guys have seen Game Changers, What the Health. Yeah. Just on these platforms, and you can really see.
When I was in high school, and I thought I was gonna die from E. coli because I had Burger King, and I went to sleep that night. I'm like, I'm not gonna wake up.
But I think really, really experiencing it, like seeing it firsthand, is also another bolt in somebody's brain. If people are like, all right, I don't want to do this particular thing anymore. Like, yes, we obviously have eaten meat for thousands of years, but we also ran and hunted down our meat.
Don't some people need meat for their certain blood types?
I don't know. I can't speak to that. But I think
you need to get a vegan professional.
You mean
expert,
a vegan expert,
or some people. I heard some people do need meat for, like, we all have different blood types, and we should be eating according to that.
Right.
But I am tired. I have been exploring a more plant-based diet only because, like, my sugar is up and I have a fibroid. I'm dying slowly.
I think the main thing is just how I feel after eating. Like, I can eat till I'm full, but I never feel like I need to be rolled out of wherever I am. You know, if I'm in a restaurant and I eat a ton of food. In the past, if I've had a ton of chicken, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like shit. Never really happens being vegan.
I'm going to want a little bit of steak, like... You know? Yeah.
I was at a wedding pretty recently, and this girl sitting next to me, she's cute, but she had like a glass of Cabernet or some shit. Is that white wine or no?
No, that's red.
Okay, she had white wine.
She had the Sauvignon?
Pinot Grigio.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
Something like that. Okay. Wait, is that what Pinot Grigio is? White wine.
There's a Cabernet. There's a Cab, Pinot Grigio's white.
She was drinking some fancy white wine and eating steak, and I could tell that, like, those are the only two things that she'd eaten that day. I was like, oh my God.
You told her you smell crazy?
No.
This is why I can't date a Scorpio.
You think I would tell her that?
I think Scorpios, just told you. They always have thoughts about the people they're dating. Like, it's never like a silent, like, oh, I like this person. It's like, this person's getting revenge.
You're right. You're right. I haven't had a clean, like, slate like that. I mean, I've dated girls I dated 3 girls for around a year, and then 2 girls for around like 6 to 8 months.
Wait, this year?
No. In my life, like 5 people or 6 people, I guess.
Okay. What are you looking for again?
I don't really know. Someone's nice to me and cool and, like, supports what I want to do. That's it.
Okay.
That's
so
it.
You want to make the world a more vegan place. So
that's nice.
So you want the world to be green.
Another more vegan place. Yeah.
You should have like a plant in your logo.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe on like the top of the J.
Yeah, maybe the J is a plant.
Get it? Smoking a J because it's a plant. Hell yeah! You didn't smell it when you walked in? I hope. Good, because I usually stop a few hours before.
Wow, I didn't know you were doing drugs, Ted. Do your parents know that?
I guess. Yes, they do. My mom will like snap at me every time I'm doing it. But my dad goes, Teddy, can I have a hit?
Oh my God,
every time. Ever.
What's
If you're
your-
listening, Dad, we know you do it.
What's your dad?
Tony!
What's your dad's sign?
Can I have a hit? Gemini.
Oh wow.
June 3rd. So yeah.
You
Gemini,
like him as
right?
a father?
Yeah, he's great.
Okay, dope.
He's great.
And your mom?
It's very, very tough cookie, very strong.
Virgo?
I get my mental strength from her. October 11th.
Libra. Oh, they're soulmates.
Oh, they're
Should I
really good
date
friends.
Should I
They're really
date
good
a
friends. They're
Libra?
divorced.
I don't really. They're divorced.
Yeah, but they're like best friends. They work together. It's crazy.
Wow, interesting. Are you an only child?
No, I have 2 younger sisters.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You talked to my sister about going to Syracuse.
Yes. See, I came on the podcast a year. I don't know anything about you, Ted. Oh my God, I'm a horrible friend.
No, of course you know. You know I'm a vegan hot dog contest.
No, I learned that. Yeah, I know that you're vegan.
Yes.
That's the brand. You need to. Are you partnering up with like vegan?
Bro,
brands?
we're doing a vegan burger eating contest today as we're talking
So
at 2 p.m. today.
Who's gonna eat the burgers?
Well, hopefully I wanted you to do it, but we have 10 contestants.
10 contestants.
Yeah. Cam and Vince, who you know, are doing it.
Okay.
And then we have 8 others.
Cam from the hot dog?
Yeah. And then Vince from the hot dog too.
Oh my God.
So we'll see. It's going to be a serious competition.
No, I see.
10 minutes like
Where
you can
you
eat.
gonna
And
do
then
it
we're going
at?
to do a comedy show after. 25 Cleveland Place, it's a place called Neat Burger.
Okay.
It's like Leonardo DiCaprio, Lewis Hamilton are investors in it. They have like 6 locations
Leo?
in London,
Yeah.
1 in Dubai, and this is the first in New York City.
Leo's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes younger women?
He also cares about the environment.
Yes.
He's doing some shit about climate change, I saw.
Yeah, so he's investing in a vegan restaurant.
guys need to work together.
Slowing it. Yes.
You guys need to work together.
Yeah, we are working together. at this
Scorpios
thing.
make the world a better place.com.
Yes, hopefully.
Even though it's not, maybe the physical, I'm just saying.
What do you mean the physical?
Maybe they make the physical world a better place,
But you don't think the mental?
oh God, they are horrible people, Ted.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to be mashed into Scorpios being horrible
I
people.
like you as a person.
Maybe
That's
you
why
say
I'm sad.
you've met horrible people who are Scorpios.
That's what
Or
Scorpios.
Scorpios who are horrible people.
No,
Wow.
I've met.
What do we
Look,
do?
I have met a lot of horrible Scorpio people.
I've met like one bad Gemini.
Good, but I've met a lot of bad Scorpios.
That's not good. Well, okay. Well, I'm tallied down for one good.
No,
one,
no,
though,
I
right?
like you. Yeah, I like you. I wouldn't be here if I didn't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
think so,
wearing your
too.
shirt. if
And I like
didn't
you. I like you very much.
Yeah, I wouldn't be wearing Ted Jones World.
We just pause this. We start making love.
Oh, no, that's not. You know, I don't like. You know, I don't like me. I don't like Scorpio. I cannot date another Scorpio.
You had a bad experience. I don't know if I could date another Gemini.
No, I just can't. They're just psychotic. Sorry.
I think I respect that lover wise, but if you met like a girlfriend who's a Scorpio, do you have any of those who's like a good one?
I have some friends that are Scorpios. I wouldn't say they're like my closest friends, but we're cool. I check in on them. They're growing on me. I actually am going to a Beyonce concert with a Scorpio.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, and I really like him as a person. Yeah. You know what Scorpios are really good for? They're good for the fun vibes. So you got to put people in different, like compartmentalize them in different places.
Yeah.
Scorpios are always going to be fun.
Uh-huh.
So you want to go to a party, you want to drink, you know that all that shit you was doing? Scorpios. But that's where it ends for me.
Where are you seeing Beyonce?
In Los Angeles.
Where's she performing?
Inglewood, SoFi Stadium.
Oh, that's like the football stadium. I was gonna say I was gonna say like Staples Center, but that's even bigger, the SoFi Stadium, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you think that Beyonce has more, I don't even know the right word here, but has more clout than Taylor Swift?
Oh my God, I know you're going to ask me this.
Yeah.
I think that white people like to erase history. And I think that it's so easy. This is why it's so. See, now you got me started. He's like, damn, I should never.
It's like you white people like to erase history.
Yes, I think that it's so annoying. I'm not in any of the. I'm not in a. What is Taylor
The
Swift?
Beehive
What
or
is
Swifties?
I'm not a Swiftie, and I'm not in the Beehive, but I
Okay,
respect
so-
both. I listen
so
to both
your
of them.
opinion.
Sometimes I listen to Taylor Swift, with the volume down because I don't want nobody. I fuck with Taylor. I love her music. Like she makes great delusional girl music, and that's me. But I think people forget all of the work that. This is the thing about. See, now you got me started. Okay. The thing about the entertainment industry that sometimes other people are able to find the easier way to do something. They put in the hard work and they open up a new kind of like way of doing something, right? So we talk a lot about how Beyonce changed the music industry when she dropped her self-titled album. Nobody knew it was a secret release, right? And now everybody started doing that, started doing parts of that. So they started taking her swag, like the way that she moves around in the industry. A lot of the things that I'm seeing from Taylor Swift, like you know, the costumes and the way that she's like doing her performances are 100% inspired by Beyonce, right? So now you have this woman that actually created the blueprint, like the wave. But because white people have this ability to like, when they like something, it just becomes a thing. It could be anything. It just becomes like, that is the mainstream. And I think that people are doing a lot of entertainment erasure by comparing Taylor to Beyonce. That's where you went wrong. They're in two different lanes. Like Taylor Swift, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm mad.
Well, they're both pop stars.
They are both pop stars, but Beyonce is a living legend. There's no reason why Taylor Swift should be compared to Beyonce. Now, if you want to say...
they're the two biggest female stars in the world, though.
If you say Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande or
Taylor Swift is bigger than Ariana Grande.
Okay, and that's a conversation you should be having.
Because they're two white women?
No, because they both have the same kind of impact on pop culture, I would say. So that's the conversation you should be having. But don't be bringing Beyonce into this conversation. You're lowering her brand. What are you talking about? Beyonce, Taylor, don't play with me. No, and I'm not even in the Beehive. I'm not in the Beehive. I'm in the garden somewhere. I
wouldn't have even asked about that until Taylor Swift's most recent tour.
All of a sudden, I think they're both benefiting from the fact that we were locked up. I knew this was going to happen because I used to work in marketing. They're benefiting from the fact we were all locked up in the house. Now, the only thing, like we have other live experiences, but like everybody's making attending concerts like a cultural thing. It's like the thing that we have. So like even Karol G is a great example of like, everyone just wants to get out the house. So like everyone's down to spend money and coins on these concerts. But I think it's really unfair to take away Beyonce has been around for decades. Taylor Swift just got here. And I'm not taking shade away from her. She makes great music. I love her music. I listen to all that heartbreak shit. Red? That shit, I listen to that shit, right? But I just think it's this thing that like everyone's doing on social media where they're comparing two things that just shouldn't be compared. And that's not just Beyonce and Taylor Swift. That's across the board. We're talking about in comedy. We're talking about in the music industry. Like, it's just that everyone's now on social media, so it's easier to consume and it's easier to be like, oh, we're going to all go in this direction. There's no way that you can take the hours and the hard work and the choreography and the way that Beyonce be doing her notes and the sweat, like the places that she came from. I think she does come from like a upper middle class family. Like her mom owned a salon, Houston, whatever. But like either way, like people are always trying to be like, oh, well, let's tear her down versus like, let's just uplift Taylor Swift. She sold out a concert once in her life and now she's like the legend. Look, it's just a politics of life. And at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? That's why I was like, what is my purpose? What is my purpose in comedy? And I think about that a lot. And I think as you get older in comedy, like your comedy years, your audience starts finding you in real time. And I'm like, who am I speaking to? Well, I'm speaking to women that have always felt out of place. I sometimes feel out of place with Latina women. Sometimes I feel out of place in other places. So I'm like, I'm here for the bitches that is like, okay, I'm first generation Dominican in the United States. I went to college and sometimes I do fuck with Taylor Swift, but I also am not like an idiot. Like you can't just compare these two. It's just ridiculous. So I'm here for the astrology bitches that used to watch Charmed, but also, you know, have a little bit of ratchetry in me. Like it's just a little bit of everything. But I get it. It's hard for everyone. But at the end of the day, like you really, it's hard because what we're managing is kind of like invisible, right?
Right.
Like,
if you're funny and you sell tickets, you're going to be booked.
But some people aren't funny and they're still getting booked, right? So it's like, you know. So
I think that's like a good basis to have. If you're funny and you can sell tickets, you'll get booked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes. And it happens the other way where like if you're not funny but you can sell tickets, you'll get booked. Right. Which we're seeing more so now with TikTok and Instagram.
Like every influencer want to become a comedian now. I'm like, it was cute on TikTok. Stay right there. We don't need no more comics. We're good. But I don't know. I think for you, not for you, but like for everybody that's in comedy, you just got to focus on what's your why? What are you creating, and who is the audience? And just build that. Like that's why I love what you do. Like you're like, you know, fuck everybody. I'm gonna just create my own universe. And you're consistent. And I'm like, I need to like. I know every time I shoot this podcast, it's gonna be up in a few hours. You're like, you don't let shit linger. And I'm learning that. I'm like, you know what? I just gotta just stop overthinking in my head. But I don't know. Like everyone has a hard time in comedy. I have a hard time. I'm having a hard time right now. You know, but I don't dwell on it. I don't just be like, I'm not gonna make it my personality and go to shows and make everybody's life miserable. It's just a hard industry to be in. Everybody's having a hard time. All the actors were humbled when they went, like, it's like, oh shit, these motherfuckers wanna do what? Every industry has a thing, and all I can take away from all this is just make your own audience, you know? It's annoying. It's annoying to have to do everything by yourself all the time. But I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and mope. What am I gonna do? It's white bitches out there right now getting booked. But you know what? When I come out and I do my special, they're going to be like, you know what? This bitch is actually funny. Mm-hmm. This is comedy. What the fuck am I watching? You know? So it's like, let people do what they want to do. Let the audience go where they want to go. When you have something special, nothing can stop that. Only you, and you're overthinking. Like, I can't. There's so many reasons. Like, even yesterday, I'm going to be vulnerable, Ted. I saw somebody, they're doing a show. And you know when people do like those shows like End Friends, and then you don't get invited, and you're like, oh, I thought we were friends.
You mean to be on the lineup and Friends?
Like, a lot of people are doing like these shows where it's like End Friends. And you're like, oh shit, like, I don't think this person's my friend. I thought we were friends. And you think about it, you could sit and be like, you know, like dwell on it. Or you could be like, you know what, I'm gonna put you on the liability list. And when I have a big ass show, I'm not putting you on my fucking show. Like, let's say you never did the show, and I'm like, wow, like maybe this person doesn't think I'm funny, or maybe they don't fuck with me. And that shit kind of gets in your head sometimes. But it really could have been, one, an innocent oversight, or two, they really don't fuck with you. But you can't, as the comic that's not, because we're battling all this stuff, right? Like, let's say I have done 33 years. I have done the glory years. I haven't put you on the lineup yet, but I'm still here. I'm on your podcast. But you could easily be like, wow, like, maybe she doesn't fuck with me, or maybe this person put the show together last minute. You know what I'm saying? This what I'm saying makes sense.
Yeah.
But like these things, I recently had a moment where someone didn't put me on a lineup, and I was like, oh my God, like maybe these people don't fuck with me, you know? Like, you can sit there and overthink it and get in your head, or you could be like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna give you the same fucking energy you give. Like, every comic deals with different shit, like whether it's a booker or even your own friends, or you're not getting money, or you're
even
not,
personal life too.
Like all of us, it's just being a creative is a hard industry to be in, and you really honestly need money to fulfill your dreams. Like, me going back and forth to LA has cost me like $10,000, but you know, I don't, you know, whatever, like, it's not, I was able to not pay rent in my apartment for 3 months because the ceiling fell off. So I'm like, let me use this money. The ceiling fell off. I have pictures. Let me use this money to try to figure out this LA shit, you know? So it all, like, being an artist is really a privilege, regardless of your background. That's what I was trying to say in that.
Well, I think we're also in a new age where creators, like within the last 5 to 7 years, really started to make money. Like, people were making money a little bit on YouTube, but I'd say within like the last 5 to 7 years, it's really amped up to people like Mr. Beast, who has $1 billion brand.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, the future,
it's new. It's new.
Yeah. I think the future is YouTube. Like, you know, making your own. I've been doing it forever. Like, I knew in the beginning when I got into comedy, I'm like, it's going to be really hard for me to break that barrier entry. I'm going to just produce my own shows. And whoever fucks with me. But now it's a skill set that, like, when I create my special, I know I'm going to curate the hell out of that vibe, instead of being like a stale comic that does a special and then the lights go off and then you're just still a nobody.
Well, I think there's also something to be said about watching someone's special and then also being able to piggyback off the special and be like, oh, I liked what this person was saying, and then now go to all the different avenues of content that they have, whether it's on TikTok,
but you have
YouTube,
to start.
Instagrams.
That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes on those bench years, like sometimes we're on, I think as comics, I call it like the bench. You know, you're playing basketball. I don't know much about basketball, but I do know that there's a bench. And sometimes you're on the bench. And while you're on the bench, just get ready for your moment. Because if you like all these things, like what you're building right now, like the TEDJONESWORLD and all this stuff, when you get that big break, all that stuff is going to funnel into all of the episodes you've done. Like, it's going to become like a second wind for you or whatever. So it's like, sometimes it's not your time to be at the show, at the club. That's fine. But when it's your time, be ready. Like, don't just sit around and mope. Like, build something, you know? And even if, look, like I said, things, at the end of the day, I think that racism is still a thing, whatever. But I'm like, I'm not going to let it stop me, because I am a great person, and you are missing out on some of the best material, some of the best insight you'll ever have. But I get it. Like, the more that I leave New York, the more I realize the world isn't like New York. Like, in New York, like, I went to a very diverse middle school. Like, I was around Albanians and everybody, I was so when other people don't have that exposure, they're so like in their world. So they're like, I don't know, they're fucking weird about it. But I'm like, you need to get out of, like, even in the podcast like that I'm on, one of the girls had never met another Dominican woman in her life. She didn't even know Dominican. That's what I'm saying. Like LA Latina is so different from New York. So I was like, sometimes you have to leave what you know to learn. Like so that's why I don't fault people. I'm like, you just have been in your little house in Idaho forever. So we got to get you out of there.
And growing up in New York, I think socially you really adapt, you know, just to seeing things on the street personally wise. You see homeless people on the street.
Oh my God,
You've given a homeless person money. There are people who grow up in the United States and never see a homeless person, never see a beach, never see a lot of different things. Never seen Coney Island. Yeah.
But yeah, what I was trying to say, the world sucks for everybody, but you can try to not be a dick. But like someone like, I think what Taylor Swift did was, you know, commendable. She's like, you know, Beyonce actually opened. Like sometimes when you have privilege, you have to remind people like, hey, actually, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this person. So let me just shout them out. And that's why I think that a lot of times when people that are more white passing, not just white people, like even white Latinos, sometimes they forget to be like, oh wait, there are people that set the foundation for me to just have this starting point. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Like my brain, there's so much happening up here. But like, even when I was in my marketing days, I'm like, there must have been somebody here that before me that was able to solve something that now I'm able to just grasp it and go, which I think what what TikTok is doing, where it's like, before you were a creator on TikTok, a lot of people, I'm not in that world, so I don't know, but you had to find the right camera, the right Canon, the right way to edit things. And now everything is on TikTok and it's just there like in a dashboard. So somebody was able to discover that and do it faster, but there were other people figuring that shit out manually. And you just forget to thank them. And I'm just like, I'm not that kind of person. I'm always going to be like, who are the people before me? Because I have to thank them for opening the doors, for putting Dominicans on the radar so that I can be able to, you know, excel so much like quicker or faster.
Is there maybe a person that you can think about on the top of your head?
There's this girl, her name is Jenny. She used to be in the scene. She still is in the scene, but she got breast cancer. And I didn't know her before. You know, when you start comedy, you just kind of like get in there. But I mean, some people are students of comedy, and someone like me, I didn't know I was gonna be a comedian. It just was like, yo, I'm gonna slap the shit out of somebody at work. I need to get this shit out. So it was just something that I tried and it actually worked out for me. But as I start, you know, I'm doing a lot of shows uptown and I'm one of the only Dominicans in the, you know, in the game. Like there's a few of us, but I started learning about people that came before me. Like, you know, I know about Vladimir Camaño, this Jenny Saldana, there's so many people that are in the game that I didn't realize. I feel like it's like an iceberg. Where you just come in the game like, oh, I'm the first. And you're like, no, baby, there's a whole iceberg of people that were here before you. And that's just part of being a student of the game. It's not only like just studying Latina and Latino comedians. It's like, you know, people that I need, like, what's his name? Oh my God, sorry, my shit keeps going off. There's just so many other people that I still need to do the history on. Something that I'm very like trying to dig deeper into is like the history of talk show hosts, because I want to go in that direction at some point. I was like, I can't be the host of the Daily Show if I don't know the people that came before me. Regardless of who they were, you need to study the people that came before you. That's just part of the game. I don't know what content creator history is like. I don't understand that world. But when you get into stand-up, part of the work is learning the history, regardless of the background. Like you need to be like, okay, these are the people that came before. How did they do it in their time? Were they able to archive that moment in time, you know, and then take pieces of that and be like, okay, this is how I'm going to do it my way.
Before we get out of here, though, you're going to LA tomorrow.
I'm leaving at 7 a.m.
What are you looking forward to over the next 2 months?
Honestly.
And we're going to pop up your Instagram right here. So let us know where we can find you.
Put it here. You're going to do it, Vex?
What?
I love this. You are dedicated. You're dedicated.
Yes.
You're going to blow, Ted. You're going to be such a big star one day. I hope you don't forget me.
Of course I won't.
Yeah,
you've been at the 3rd and 4th annual vegan hot dog eating contest.
I'm a pillar.
You're in.
I'm a pillar. I got an island in TEDJONESWORLD. But I'm just saying, put it with an island.
Love it. Glorelys, let us know what's going on.
I'm excited. Honestly, if I'm being honest, to just kind of get away from everybody. That's what I mean. I just excited for privacy, for just a moment to just be alone. That's what I want. And you know, LA is a lonely city. And I actually want that. Like, I just want a moment to just, you know, I've been doing comedy 5 years straight, just busting my ass. I've been in a 3-year situationship, just giving my heart away. I've just been, I'm just a little tired. I'm a little burnt out. So I just am looking forward to just making my own calendar and not having to revolve it around other people. And then my family. I went through some family shit that I don't like talking about, but I just want a moment to just gather myself, Ted. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Gather your personal life.
Just to go through my notes, to watch my set. Like I never have time to do any of that stuff because I'm always, which I'm grateful for. I'm just always like every time I get here, even this, I was just here for a few weeks. I had shows every single day. I'm like, I'm grateful, but like I just need a moment to just go through my notes and just organize my brain so that I could show up as a better person, as a better comedian, as a better friend, as a better everything. So that's what I'm looking forward to. What are you looking forward to as we wrap up the summer? I
think just continuing to do fun things.
Fun. You always have fun. Yeah, I love that. Are you happy?
Of course. I am.
People be lying.
No, of course I am.
Okay, good.
I am.
I like that. How did you
find
happiness?
1 step at a time. I had jaw surgery, which I
know.
And that was a pretty dramatic change in my life. I broke up with a girl who was, all accounts of the matter, was perfect. She was great. She was super nice. Jewish, which is a nice touch.
Yeah, what you were looking for.
But I think at that point in time, I was like, this isn't going to work. Ultimately, I had a broken face, and I switched into comedy. It wasn't working in my dad's company.
A Kanye moment.
Yeah,
he broke his jaw. Didn't he break his jaw too?
He broke his jaw. Yeah.
Not you having something in common with Kanye.
Yeah, but I like Jews. So. Word.
I cannot. I don't want to get canceled. So we all love Jewish
Glory.
people. You need to make a shirt. You know they have an I Love New York.
Yeah, I love Ted Jones.
I was gonna say I love Jews, but
that's a good one too. Yeah, I am vegan. I love Jews.
Like with the little star of David. There's the heart.
That's cute.
You're welcome for merch ideas.
I love that. Yeah, and you'll get one.
I'm wearing every day.
This is quite the episode. Thank you so much for coming on. Enjoy LA, and we'll see you when you get back. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Click the link in this YouTube video, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you're listening to, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Thanks.